Welcome everybody to Intensity Broadcasting. My name's Josh Hall. This is the Doghouse Racing League Tuesday night ARCA series brought to you by Trackside NASCAR Outlet as we get ready for the Glowy 100 here from Nashville Superspeedway. Saw a great one, a barn burner, an exciting race last week at Daytona. Looking forward to another one here tonight. Let's take a look at our points coming into tonight. See, Jamie Horn is your current points leader. Justin McMahon sits back in second. Mike Leftwich, Steven Bonomo, and Jason Ross, your top five. Brandon Trush, Ken Bowers, Hunter Foley, Anthony Smith, and Christopher Leftwich round out your top 10. You can see where everybody sits in the points currently as they run after just one race. So it was an amazing race last week. And looking forward to another one here tonight. So we are going to hide our points right there and take a look at the speed charts. Currently, fastest on the racetrack is the 11 of Gary Clune. John Smith, currently second quickest, with Mark Dumont in the 14, your third quickest. With about 3 minutes left here in practice in the Trackside NASCAR Outlet ARCA series. Of course, Trackside NASCAR Outlet's an authorized Lionel dealer with a full line of diecast, including Cup, O'Reilly's truck, driver apparel, hats, and jackets. Trackside NASCAR Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size and mini helmets, flags, and coolers. Stop by and check out their store, follow them on Facebook, or visit their website at www.tracksidenascaroutlet.com. See Ken Byers just coming off the pit road here at this very unique track here at Nashville Superspeedway. D-shaped track, kind of similar in shape to like a Richmond or more like an Auto Club or a Michigan. Let's see if we can pop that track map up there for a minute. So you can see that D-shaped track, shaped like a superspeedway, but it is not wide open. These drivers are going to be competing with this racetrack all race long. It is flat, it is concrete. It really chews up the tires. So the drivers that are able to save their tires, they're going to be the ones that you're going to see rise to the top as the race goes on. So, we're right along here with, actually Christopher Simon just went to the top of the board. He's coming down the back straightaway right now. So let's see if we can jump on board with him for a lap around this place. Very, very soft onto the throttle. A lot of braking down into turn number one. A lot of off throttle time as it's a very flat track. Takes a while to get back to the throttle. Good exit off of turn two. Launches down this long straightaway and hard down into turn number three. Good launch off of four. You can cut the apron here, get right down on the apron there to take a lap around Nashville Superspeedway. So it's going to be an exciting one. There's going to be a lot of passing opportunities as the tires wear down. Drivers overdriving the corners a little bit. Expect these cars to get really, really tight as the run goes on. As we got about 30 seconds left here in practice before we get racing underway. Again, we want to thank everybody for joining us here tonight, whether you're watching on Facebook, on YouTube, on Twitch, or Kick. We've got the chat open as well. Let us know who you're cheering for here tonight. We'd love to hear from you. As practice is about to expire, we're about to get into qualifying here from Nashville Superspeedway. And there it is, the checker flag is flying on the speedway. And we're going to get ready for qualifying here. We'll see who our first drivers are to make their way out onto the racetrack. And wasting no time at all, it's Anthony Smith in the 97. And another thing you'll notice, very humid here, a lot of fog. And that'll affect the way these cars handle as well. Thicker air means these cars are going to be more susceptible to changes in downforce from being behind each other. So we'll watch for that here tonight as Hunter Geyer also out onto the racetrack and ready to make his qualifying attempt in that 08. Steven Bonomo in the Hooters machine coming off of pit road. Here's Travis Newman in that Greg Biffle looking machine. Awesome throwback to the Biff. Now that's going to be a popular one here with the fans. And Jackson Sibley just coming off of turn number 4 as well. So far at the top of the speed charts, though, is that 16 of Travis Newman. As Mike Leftwich goes to the top of the leaderboard currently. And so does Ken Byers. So the times are coming in quickly. Wow, Byers. Wow, Sibley, the first driver to crack the 30-second mark. As here comes Newman across the stripe. Let's see if he is able to jump to the top. He is not, but Brandon Trush just went P1 in that 23 machine. As I say that, Christopher Simon jumps up to the top of the leaderboard. Looks like he's just going to do the one lap and call it quits. Mike Leftwich doing the same. Brandon Trush seeing if he can get a little bit more here on his second lap. And down across the stripe with about 2 minutes and 45 seconds left here in qualifying. No, he is not able to... actually, he does go faster on his second lap, but it's still not enough as Justin McMahon just went second quickest on his second lap with a 29.72. Christopher Simon 29.71. No, it says 71 up there. It says 72 on my scoring over here. Tyler Millette now coming down across the stripe. And Millette jumps up into the 5th spot. Gary Clune only able to muster out an 11th place at the moment. He was fast, one of the fastest drivers in practice. Let's see if this translates over to race trim. Yeah, it looks like nobody else out on the racetrack right now. We see John Smith. Thought he was going to make a qualifying lap, but doesn't look like he is out on the racetrack. Still have about 1 minute and 40 seconds, though. So plenty of time as we say that. John Smith now makes his way onto pit road where he's going to make his qualifying attempt. See if anybody else joins him here. Right now it looks like just John Smith out onto the racetrack. So we'll follow his qualifying attempt as he comes off of turn at number 4. Brings that car right down to the stripe. Great exit off of turn number 2. Let's see what he's able to do down here in turns 3 and 4. Gets that car right down, tries to get it right down to the yellow line. Got Brant right down across the apron. Start his second lap, but his first lap will be good enough for the 17th position. About 10 seconds left to go. He should be able to get this qualifying attempt under on the second lap. Down into turn number 3, right down on the yellow line this time. Gets that car to rotate real well off of turn number 4. Slings it all the way down to, runs out of time just before he gets to the line, so he will not have a second qualifying lap. So that'll bring us to our starting grid. And on pole here is the 81 of Christopher Simon. Justin McMahon will roll off from position 2. Brandon Trush in the 23 rolls off 3rd with Jackson Sibley in the 18th in the 14th position. Tyler Millette rolls off 15th with Hunter Geyer in the 16th spot. Mike Leftwich and Ken Byers make up row number 4 with Stephen Bonomo in the 9 and Richard Leclerc in the 117, rounding out your top 10. 11th will be Gary Clune in the 11 with Chris Leftwich in the 83 in the 12th position. 13th will be Anthony Smith with Gary Romeo in the 7, rounding out your top 7, or row 7, excuse me. Mark Dumont in the 14, and Michael Dow back in row number 8. Row 9 will find John Smith in the 10, and Travis Neeman in the 16, back in 18th. Jason Ross and Josh Cully will round out your top 20. 21st is Jamie Horn in the 98 with Adam Gardner in the 56, back in 22nd. Bill Gentry back in 23rd, and Cody Baumeister in the 77 will round out the field here in the 24th position. So as we get the field lined up here on pit road, getting ready for that pace car to make its way out onto the racetrack. We'll have 75 laps here from Nashville Superspeedway. Stage break at lap 38. Of course, if we have 2 cautions before that stage break, then we will not have a caution at the stage. But if we don't have any cautions, or we only have 1 caution, then we will indeed have a stage break here tonight from Nashville Superspeedway. Bring up the iRacing. So I just want to double check here if it has anything on the rules. And it does not. Let's try to see where, I believe here at Nashville Superspeedway, you do have to pit on the backstretch and take the access road in. I can't remember if this is one of those tracks where you have to do that or not. I'm going to take a look here as the pace car gets ready to take that left turn down the pit road. And it looks like, no, it looks like they'll be able to peel off of turn number 4 and onto pit road. So, but it is a tricky pit road to get onto. I do remember that now. It's the Good Luck Brandon number 23 by Kathy Trush in the chat. They come down to the starting zone and the green flag flies. And we are racing here at Nashville Superspeedway in race number 2 of the Trackside NASCAR Outlet ARCA Series. And look at Justin McMahon with a big run around the outside, already making those new tires work. But here comes Christopher Simon fighting back on the inside. Brandon Trush right there in the 3rd spot as they come down into turn number 3. McMahon's going to try to make hay while the sun shines with those new tires. And oh, Brandon Trush gets into the 81. Big wreck on the front stretch. Christopher Simon was up and over for a second. And already we've got our first wreckage rewind of the night, and this is a big one here. We'll grab the replay. See, Brandon Trush kind of stuck there in the middle. Christopher Simon comes up the racetrack. Trush comes down. Looks like Trush might have got a little loose there. Then, yeah, Trush is able to, starts to get by, catches the 18 of Jackson Sibley. And here's the hard contact there as we see the 81 up in the air. Left front wheel is missing on that 81 machine. He is going to be done for the night. Looks like, tough hit for Brandon Trush there as well. Let's take another look here. Trying to see if I can find the 23 here in a little different view. As the 81 gets turned right across the field, Trush tries to avoid it, comes down into Jackson Sibley. He gets spun back up the field. Man, hard hit there for the 81, and then 23 of Trush looks like he's going to be all right for a moment, and boom, gets T-boned by Gary Amio right there in the wheel. Comes down. Oh, the 00 of Jason Ross gets a chunk of it as well. So a lot of cars on pit road. 13th on back, sitting in pit road. Looks like Justin McMahon was able to get away from it. So he's going to be your leader. Tyler Millette got through. He's going to be back in second. Hunter Geyer in the third. Stephen Bonomo in the fourth spot. And Richard Leclerc back in fifth. I want to take one more look at this from riding along here with the 23. I don't think the 23 did anything wrong. Looks like you saw a hole here. Oh, the 20. Oh, so the 81. Looks like the 81 got a little tight there. 23 really had nowhere to go. Got down underneath. And so that's sometimes going on board here tells a different story. And yeah, looks like that 81 may just slipped up a little bit. And Trush really had nowhere to go. Can't really blame anybody for that one but a racing deal. So we're going to go back. Green flag racing, though, as the lights are off on the pace car. We've re-racked them, restacked them, getting ready to refire him here. Justin McMahon choosing the outside here on this restart. Tyler Millette going to be down on the inside. Still a lot of cars, though, on pit road. You can see that on the ticker there, all the drivers that are on pit road. Baumeister being the only driver being scored out of the race currently. As the pace car getting ready to take that hard left-hand turn down on the pit road. Justin McMahon's going to lead him back down to the restart zone. And the green flag is back in the air. We are back racing here at Nashville Superspeedway. Great jump for Justin McMahon as he makes his way down into turn number 1. Further back, we see John Smith working all over the back bumper of Mark Dumont here as they make their way down into the corner. Gary Mio. A lot of damage to that 7 car. He's still out on the racetrack, though. Looking like a Northeast modified out there. Kevin Brown, good to see you in the chat. Even though it's Nashville Superspeedway, we just had the big one here. About 13 or 14 cars involved, including it started right up in the lead pack with Christopher Simon and Brandon Trush. And Justin McMahon was able to escape the melee. So was it Tyler Millette and Stephen Bonomo, so they currently run 1, 2, 3. And with the damaged cars out there, I expect lap traffic to be a little bit of a hindrance for some of these drivers as well. So you see Justin McMahon right now out in front, leads Tyler Millette. But Millette making a good run right here. He is right there on the back bumper. Trying to reel in that 24 as the laps tick off. Back here again, a little battle going on between Mark Dumont and Richard Leclerc. Side by side, Dumont going to take the inside around the 117, and John Smith looking to do the same thing. And here comes Jamie Horn, try to sneak through as well. Another time we see a driver slip up there into turns 3 and 4. So it's going to be a troubleshot. A bit of a trouble spot here tonight for these drivers, I think. And Stephen Bonomo and Hunter Geyer are going at it here for the 3rd spot. One driver that did make it through, though, Again, that 16 of Travis Neeman in that Greg Biffle tribute paint scheme. Looking awesome out there. He was able to make it through that mess, and currently running in the 9th position as Jamie Horn starting to work his way through the field. He's trying to get around the 10 of John Smith. Tough break for T. Real tough break there for the 23 of Brandon Trush. Just nowhere he could really go. Just happened so fast. Chat, we see Diane saying, come on, number 9, keep it up. I see Bonomo currently running still in that that 3rd place position, that final podium spot. As we work lap 11, coming to lap 12. Meanwhile, John Smith, Jamie Horn, and the 117 of Richard Leclerc in this battle here is, Tyler Millette. Big wiggle trying to make a move to the outside of Justin McMahon. It looks like some issues for McMahon because he's losing some time here. He's got Millette going around on the outside. Steve Bonomo and Hunter Geiner's caught right up here to our leader as well. Now Hunter Geier takes a look down to the inside of Stephen Bonomo as they come off of turn number 4. We've got a 4-horse lead for our top 4 spots. While I say that, here comes the rest of the field up to our leaders as well. There's the 14 of Mark Dumont taking a look down underneath Bonomo. They were almost just 3 wide for a second as Hunter Geier moves up into the 3rd spot. Here comes Jamie Horn trying to get right in this mix as well. Tough break for the 99 Bears, yes. A lot of drivers tough break in that first big wreck. Up front though, Justin McMahon is taking the lead back away from Tyler Millette. I'm sure Millette's going to try to make another move here. As here comes the 14 of Mark Dumont. Dumont showing some speed here as he's going to take a look up to the outside of Tyler Millette. Our top 9-10 drivers under a blank here as we got 3 wide racing. Jamie Horn to the inside. He's going to get around both Dumont and McMahon and move up into the 2nd position where he's going to challenge Tyler Millette for the top spot here going into turn number 1. And Jamie Horn, who started last on the field, up 20 spots and into the lead. Mark Dumont now trying to take over the 2nd spot. He's moved up quite a few as well, currently up 12 spots from where he started as he makes his way slowly around Tyler Millette, trying to make it up 13 spots where he started. Big cut down for Justin McMahon right behind as he came across the nose of Bonomo, throwing a little bit of a block there on that 9 machine. Again, your top 9 all under a blanket right now. Then you got to go all the way back a second to find, 2.5 seconds to find 10th place Josh Cully, who's just coming off of turn number 4 now. As now lap traffic starting to come into play here as Jamie Horn trying to come around. Ooh, that is the 97, and I'll tell you what, that hood on that 97 does not look very secure. And I would not want to be driving a car where the hood is flopping around like that. Hopefully it doesn't come up and over his eyes there. I've had that happen to me here on iRacing where the hood comes up over the windshield and you can't see anything. Here comes the 16 of Niemann. Trying to look around Richard Leclerc, try to take over that 8th position. As our leaders now starting to string out, spread out just a little bit. Chat here, we see Joey Martel saying, let's go Richard Leclerc in the 117. Currently having a great run up in the 8th position. And it looks like he wants more as John Smith and Hunter Geyer battling side by side. That's letting the 117 of Leclerc come right into the mix here. And up front, we have Justin McMahon now moving himself back into the 2nd position around Mark Dumont. Heard Dumont come across the radio saying let him by or go on by, and he did. And he's trying to take a look back underneath that 24 as Jamie Horn starting to pull away. He's got a half-second lead over 2nd place. And this big battle back here between Geyer, Smith, Leclerc, and Niemann. We see that high lane have a little bit of momentum here as the 117 of Leclerc does a little, bangs on the door. John Smith gets a little loose there. He's going to slide down onto pit road. He is off the racetrack, though, so we should stay green. And we will indeed stay green as John Smith's going to go down pit road. Unfortunately, it looks like he's going to lose a lap here. I think he's just going to drive right through pit road here. So here comes Jamie Horn off of turn number 4 down to the stripe. And indeed, John Smith's going to lose 1 lap here as he is still on pit road. Fortunately for him, though, he's got the opportunity to get the lucky dog at the stage break here, which will be in about 12 or so laps. And the 14 of Mark Dumont back around Justin McMahon and into the 2nd position. Right behind we see Tyler Millette trying to work his way up through here as well. So great battles here up at the front. Another battle starting to heat up back here as we see Niemann working right. Oh, he gets into the back of Richard Leclerc. Great save for Leclerc in the 117 as we're seeing smoke off the back tires of that 117 machine. He was able to keep it straight. He continues to look down. Niemann continues to look down, and he will get around Leclerc. Well, Leclerc is going to fight back on the inside here, down into turn at number 3. And he will finally get the job done. Going down into turn number 1 as we are working lap 29 of 75 here in the Glowy 100. It looks like Anthony Smith down on pit road. Let's take a look at exactly what I was talking about earlier. Having some issues with that hood. And to see what the driver sees right here. Which is not much at all. Not a fun time when that comes up on you. Let's see if we can see exactly when it came up on him. And yeah, there. I said that front end, that hood did not look very happy at all. Oh, he got the wall a little bit, and there goes the hood right up on that 97 machine. Meanwhile, live in the race, we see Jamie Horn now has almost a 1 second lead over second place Mark Dumont. Justin McMahon sits back in the third position, but he's got Tyler Millette all over the back bumper. They come down into turn at number 1. Now, there was a little bit of strategy played here under that first caution as well. Jamie Horn came down pit road, took fuel. Josh Cully took fuel. Bill Gentry also took fuel on that first caution. So there's a couple drivers out there who've got just a little bit more gas in the tank. Okay, Doggy says keep racing. But talking about the hood coming up on the 97 there. But yeah, the couple drivers out there with just a little bit more fuel in the tank, probably a lap or two more fuel. Also wondering if that first caution coming out is going to be enough for some of these drivers to make it all the way to the stage. Josh Cully now getting around Richard Leclerc and up into the 7th position. So Cully, who is a few seconds behind, now finds himself right up in this mix. He was able to save a little bit of tire and starting to work his way through the field now. There's a 2-second gap from Stephen Bonomo back to the 88, I'm sorry, the 08 of Hunter Geyer. And it's a 2-second gap from Bonomo to Tyler Millette. So big field spread happening right now. As we can see the track map there. There's Tyler Millette. You see that lead group. And the rest of the field really starting to spread out. There's a big group of cars in the mid-pack. But most of those drivers are laps down. We see Brandon Trush back out on the racetrack. He is being scored 27 laps down. Jackson Sibley out on the racetrack. He's being scored, I think it said 30 laps down. 31 laps down. And Chris Leftwich, Mike Leftwich, Jason Ross, Ken Byers, Gary Klude, and Christopher Simon all out of the race. Involved in an incident on lap 1. Justin McMahon right back on the bumper of the 14 of Mark Dumont. As McMahon tried to take that spot back away. Oh, Dumont out of fuel. The 14 out of fuel. At least that's what it sounded like. So out of fuel for the 14 of Mark Dumont. coming to the end of the stage. There's the stage caution right there. Just a lap short. A couple other drivers made their way down on the pit road. Hunter Geyer, Richard Leclerc also down on pit road. Jamie Horn will be your stage winner. Justin McMahon is second. Tyler Millette third. Stevie Bonomo fourth. Josh Cully in fifth. Travis Neeman in sixth. Bill Gentry, Michael Dow, and Adam Gardner, your top 9. I'm not sure who's going to be scored in 10th, though, due to a couple drivers running out of fuel and coming down pit road. And fortunate for John Smith, he will be your lucky dog here. So he'll be able to get back onto the lead lap. So once the field comes down pit road, he'll be able to get waved by. And Jamie Horn is your stage winner here tonight from Nashville Superspeedway. As the field will make their way down on the pit road. The first driver to make his way to his pit box. And I imagine most drivers are going to come down and take 4 tires and fuel here. 2 tires will definitely be the call towards the end of the race, I'm sure, as Jamie Horn, first driver down and away. Justin McMahon, Tyler Millette, Bill Gentry, Michael Dow, Travis Neeman. Looks like Josh Cully's still on pit road. Might be fixing a little bit of damage from earlier. Adam Gardner on pit road as well. He was the last car on the lead lap coming into pit road. John Smith, who was your lucky dog, able to come down, get service done here. Stephen Bonomo staying out. And I take that back. Stephen Bonomo is not staying out. Stephen Bonomo was able to get on and off of pit road faster than anybody else. So Stephen Bonomo will be, maybe he might have sped on pit road, and that's why he was a little bit faster than everybody else. I'm not sure really what's going on here. Is not seeing a black flag on my end over here. It could be a black flag for speeding, so he's going to fall to the rear of the field. Sorry, I had to get a drink of water right there as the pace car lights are off. We are restacked, ready to refire, with Tyler Millette going to be your leader down on the low side. Bill Gentry up on the high side. Michael Dow, Travis Neeman in the second row. And you got some lap cars in the mix here as well. So big string of cars as they come down to the Eco Park restart zone. Green flag back in the air. Tyler Millette with a great jump off Bill Gentry down into turn number 1, and Michael Dow up into the third spot. Michael Dow getting the win last week at Daytona in a nail-biter. Now finds himself up here on the podium in race number 2. And Imagine seeing people run out right there at the end of the stage. Imagine we should see, or we might see a few drivers. We might try to save a little bit of fuel here on the early going of this run. As that 16 of Travis Neoman right up into the third position, wasting no time. A little further back, you see Steven Bonomo here in the mix. He's got the lap car of Jackson Sibley right there to his outside. Jackson Sibley, I believe, is being scored 30 laps down. Sights and sounds of the action here from Nashville Superspeedway. John Smith right there on the back bumper of Jamie Horn. Jamie Horn starting to move his way back up through the field, looking down to the inside of the 117. Richard Leclerc, I believe, is being scored. Yeah, he is one lap down along with the 08 of Geyer. They both ran out of fuel coming to the end of the stage. So they are racing hard for that lucky dog spot. You see Justin McMahon back here. We ride along here with the 24. Sound like he's trying to save any fuel here at the moment, but I just heard one driver say they were coming down on the pit road. And looks like that was Anthony Smith coming back down on the pit road. The hood is down on that car, so that's a good thing to see. How about this? Steven Bonomo moving up into the 5th spot. See Country Chick in this chat, YouTube chat here. Let's go 94 as Tyler Millette continues to lead by just over half a second over second place Bill Gentry. And then Travis Neoman in that 16 machine. Currently back in the 3rd spot. But that's not count out. Justin McMahon, Supernovo, he went the battle back here. Putting together a great run this second half. Top 9, again, all lined up, nose to tail. 10th place, though, Adam Gardner running all by himself. Looks to be about 5 seconds behind the pack. Don't know if he has some damage, or is he doing a little bit of saving here? Let's ride along here. Let's listen. Well, doesn't sound like he's doing any saving, so... have a little bit of damage from that lap 1 incident. We see Jamie Horn taking a look down to the inside of Steven Bonomo, trying to take over that 5th spot. He will indeed take that spot away as Justin McMahon now all over the back bumper of Neoman. And Jamie Horn right there as well. going to be 3 wide for a second. Oh, I thought they were going to go 3 wide down the front stretch. Jamie Horn still trying to make it 3 wide. He's going to tuck in behind the 24 of Justin McMahon. That 16 stuck up there on the outside all by himself. A little bit of a run there every once in a while. Now Jamie Horn trying to make it 3 wide down the front stretch, and he will indeed take it 3 wide down into turn number 1. Neiman runs way up the racetrack. Manoa has to get out of it to keep from running into the back of the 16. Here comes John Smith on the inside. He's going to take advantage of the momentum losses. Ooh, Bonomo loses it. Almost washes up the racetrack a little bit. Able to catch it, though. Almost came up into the side of Neiman and able to hold on to it. As here comes Josh Cully now into the mix here. Michael Dow right here as well. As we have just 20 laps to go here from Nashville Superspeedway. And the for Bill Gentry now losing quite a bit of time. As Jamie Horn is right there on the back bumper. Last time by, Jamie Horn was about 0.2 quicker than Bill Gentry. Gentry, though, trying to hold off that 98. Tyler Millette loves seeing this in the mirror. It's exactly what he wants to see, someone holding up that 98 machine as Jamie Horn now takes a dive down to the inside. The side-by-side battle continues as Justin McMahon's right there as well, trying to follow that 98 through. He is not able to get alongside the 4. So he's going to have to try it alone here. There's a little battle on the racetrack back here between the 117 of Richard Leclerc and the 08 of Hunter Geyer as they are battling it out for the lucky dog spot. Back up front though, Jamie Horn all over the back bumper of Tyler Millette. As the 98 of Horn able to get on by the 94 of Tyler Millette, so move Millette back into the 2nd position. As Justin McMahon still battling here, not able to get around the 4 of Bill Gentry as John Smith makes his way up into this battle as well. When we cross the line next time by, we'll have just 15 laps to go. Here comes the 10 of John Smith looking down to the inside of McMahon. How about this? Bill Gentry taking a look down around Tyler Millette. So move Gentry, the 4 machine, up into the 2nd spot. See Anthony Smith up against the outside wall, letting the field on by. And they're 3 wide for a moment as John Smith and Justin McMahon continue to battle side by side. Ooh, McMahon bounces off the wall right off the turn number 4. Here's Josh Cully in the mix. Cully going to try to force it 3 wide down into turn number 1. Thinks better of it. Tucks back in behind. As McMahon and Smith continue to get at it, but McMahon going to have to give up that spot. As now John Smith inching closer to the 94 of Tyler Millette. And Smith right around the 94 of Millette. Here comes McMahon, also making his way around the 94. He's staying right there, locked on the bumper of John Smith. As we have just 11 laps to go. Just McMahon still right there on the back bumper of John Smith. Almost got into the back of the 10. Lost some momentum, and Josh Cully now trying to take advantage of that by taking a look down to the inside of Justin McMahon. 10 laps to go as they cross the line this time. John Smith trying to take a look down to the inside of the 4 of Gentry, not able to make it stick as they come off of turn number 2. Looks like Smith's going to have a little bit of a run here down into turn number 3. Is he going to be able to take it? No, he's going to be stuck behind that 4 for another lap. As Justin McMahon now makes up a little bit of ground on John Smith. And the caution is out. And it looks like the 08 of Hunter Geyer has lost in turn number 4. Heavy damage to the front end of the 08. That's going to bring up our second wreckage rewind of the night. As we try to see what happened here to bring this one out. See Richard Leclerc take a look down to the inside. A little bit of contact. I don't know if the 08 came down. The 117 went up. But they came together there in a light racing tap there. And, man, the 08 hard into the outside wall. See if we can ride along here on the roof of the 08. See if we can get a little better view here. Yeah, it looks like the 08, looking at this, you can see that seam right there at the front of the car. Just each one of those seams is about a lane. Looks like he just came down into the 117. And not much he could do from right there. So the entire field down on pit road. Jamie Horton, the first one off of pit road. Looks like he took 2 tires. Bill Gentry also taking 2 tires. Josh Cully, 2 tires. Tyler Millette, 2 tires. Justin McMahon, the first driver on 4 tires. We're going to go back racing with about 6 laps to go. And that might be enough time to get those tires warmed up and primed. And it looks like because Richard Leclerc was involved in that incident, he did not get the lucky dog that time. So he is still being scored 1 lap down in the 12th position. I believe we should see the lights on the pace car go off this time by. Yes, we do. And who's that? Anthony Smith is going to take the wave around here. No, I take that back. It's Gary Romeo taking the wave around here, so he's going to be able to get himself 1 lap down. So they're going to line up like this. Jamie Horton on the outside. Bill Gentry down on the inside. Row 2, you'll find Josh Cully on the inside. Tyler Millette on the outside. Row 3 is going to be Justin McMahon and John Smith. Row 4, that's 16 of Niemann and Stephen Bonomo. And then rounding out your top 10 will be Michael Dow and Adam Gardner. And I know it really doesn't seem like it right now, but the driver I think is in the catbird seat is that 24 of Justin McMahon. He's got 4 fresh tires with about 6 laps to go. We'll see if he's able to make anything happen here, as everybody else has 2 tires in front of him, as Jamie Horn going to lead him back down to the Echo Park restart zone. Green flag's back in the air. Watch the wheel spin here. Nobody spins the wheels. We get going. The green flag is back in the air. Again, can McMahon make anything happen with these 4 fresh tires? He's right on the back bumper of Josh Cully coming off of turn number 2. Cully able to move around Tyler Millette into the 3rd spot, as Jamie Horn is pulling away. We're going to go 5 laps to go. Happy birthday to Stephen Bonomo. It's driver of the night, Stephen Bonomo, birthday today. Having a great run. Currently in the 6th position. See if he can capitalize here. Speaking of capitalizing, here comes Justin McMahon with those fresh tires, 4 fresh tires. He's got a battle of Josh Cully and Tyler Millette right in front of him. And this is about the time those tires are starting to come in. Justin McMahon making a move down to the inside, trying to make it 3 wide, now back down the 2 wide. And McMahon going to take a dive down into turn 1. Is he going to be able to get around Josh Cully here? Cully trying to throw a block here as they come off of turn number 2. McMahon up into the 4th position. Can he make his way up onto the podium here? Right down to the bottom of the racetrack. 3 laps to go. Don't think he's going to have enough time to catch Jamie Horn. I know Justin McMahon wants to get onto the podium. He is right down to the inside of Josh Cully. And Tyler Millette looks like he's going to follow that 24 right through as well. As we go 2 laps to go here. Justin McMahon does indeed get around Josh Cully and up into the 3rd position. Tyler Millette battling side by side, and oh, McMahon catches the wall. He's going to lose 2 positions. Down into 5th place. As Tyler Millette takes a look down to the inside of Cully. A white flag is in the air. 1 more lap to go for Jamie Horn. As McMahon trying pushing 1 more time. Oh, he sees them leaning on each other. He's going to take a move down to the inside. They're going to be 3 wide off of turn number 2. McMahon to the inside. Tyler Millette in the middle. Josh Cully on the high side. They go 3 wide. Down into turn 3. Really tight there. Almost some contact. McMahon with the 4 fresh tires. Is he going to make it work here? Oh, there's contact there. 4 wide. Coming to the line. They're wrecking. John Smith comes across the line in 3rd as they pile up on the front stretch. Oh, they're still wrecking. And Jamie Horn gets the win. Bill Gentry back in 2nd. John Smith 3rd. Josh Cully 4th. And Justin McMahon falls back to 5th. Let's take a look back at this final run to the line here. See McMahon down on the bottom. They are really tight here as they're making their way off the corner. And looks like Josh Cully gets a little loose here up on that high side. He's going to come back down the racetrack. John Smith takes a dive down to the inside. There's contact between McMahon and Millette. Look at this, John Smith, who's sitting back there in 6th, gets turned right at the right time, and he comes across the stripe sideways. And as I mentioned, they all just kind of come piling in at the checker flag here and continue to wreck afterwards. Man, what a finish. Let's take a look at the results. There you have it. Jamie Horn getting the win here tonight. Bill Gentry coming home in second. John Smith in third. Josh Cully and Justin McMahon round out your top 5. 6 will be Tyler Millette with Stephen Bonomo, the birthday boy, back in 7th. 8th is Travis Neiman. 9th belongs to Adam Gardner, and Michael Dow comes home in 10th. 11th was Mark Dumont with Richard Leclerc back in the 12th spot. Gary Romeo 13th. Hunter Geyer back in 14th. 15th was Anthony Smith. Brandon Trush back in the 16th position. 17th, Jackson Sibley and Mike Leftwich coming home in 18th. 19th was Chris Leftwich, Jason Ross in 20th. Ken Byers comes home 21st. Gary Clute in 22nd. Christopher Simon and Cody Baumeister round out the field here tonight from Nashville Superspeedway. As we get ready to talk to our top 3, let's wait for John Smith to jump down into the waiting room. While we do, let's again thank our great sponsors. Series sponsor, Trackside NASCAR Outlet. Trackside NASCAR Outlet is an authorized Lionel dealer with a full line of NASCAR products, including Diecasts from Cup, O'Reilly's Truck, driver apparel, hats, and jackets. Trackside NASCAR Outlet offers everything NASCAR, including full-size and mini helmets, flags, and coolers. Stop by their store, check them out on Facebook, or check out their website at tracksidenascaroutlet.com. Of course, your race tonight, this is the Glowy 100, Glowy Cleaning 100, so check them out online as well. Link down below in the description. And we can't forget about our great partner over at Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is a well-known and established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Their products are used and endorsed around the world by leading PC and console gamers, including professional sim racers. To check out the full line of Butt Kicker products and figure out what's right for you, visit thebuttkicker.com as we bring in our third place finisher, John Smith. John, you got Josh up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir. I got you.
Man, minding your business, running back in the 6th spot as you cross the line to take the white flag. Find yourself sideways across the line in 3rd. Talk us through that last lap and what you saw out there.
Yeah, I got a bad restart on that restart. I was just talking to Bill there. He said that I probably would have got him if it didn't caution it come out, but I had already burned it up so much that caution kind of helped a little bit. I don't think I would have done much if I got past him. He probably would have got me back, but caution came out. Took 4. I don't know if anybody else took 4, took 2, and then terrible restart. I don't know if I was just sleeping or had my foot on the clutch or something. I don't know what was going on, but got a bad jump. Tried to pick a line between Cully, Millette, McMahon, who was going to hit the wall. I figured Cully was going to hit the wall coming out of 4 there on the exit, but he actually stayed off of it. So I was just behind Millette and just trying to make a move there at the very end. Got inspired by Daytona and seeing those guys make a move, so trying to pull something off.
And that you did. Got yourself onto the podium here tonight. And, man, again, just a wild, wild finish. And, yeah, that caution coming out at the end there, that's kind of surprising for me and a lot of people, I'm sure. You had that big wreck there on the first lap. What did you see coming through that one there, coming to the second lap there?
A lot of smoke and the numbers of everybody because everybody was sideways, so I could see everybody's numbers coming through. I kept seeing people coming down from the top, and I was just trying to stay low without hitting the grass because my brake bias is set so low tonight that I was afraid if I touched the brake at all down in the grass, it was just going to go sideways too. But I don't know. I got lucky there. I guess I said the right prayer, and it worked out.
It did work out for you, and yeah, that was the wild one there. But after having a rough week at Daytona last week, coming home here and coming home on podium here tonight, congratulations on that, of course, John. Before we let you go, anyone want to thank and a shout out you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, shout out to Nap Daddy Racing, Engine 4 Coffee Company. Everybody's sponsoring the league. I can't remember off the top of my head just because of the new season. I'm not sure who the sponsors are, but Group 6 definitely sponsoring the Cup Series for us. SSR Designs as well. I know he's got a part in it sometimes, but thank you for doing the broadcast and being up in the booth. And shout out to the admins who put on the league and put on a good show every week.
Awesome, man. Well, good luck next week at Bristol. We'll be cheering for you again, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Have a great night. That was your third place finisher, John Smith. Let's bring in your second place finisher. And I'm not really sure if I've ever said this guy's name right. Is it Gentry or Gentry?
Gentry, like a J,
It is
G-E-N-T-R-Y.
Gentry. Okay, so I've been
Yes,
saying it
sir.
wrong for so long, and no one's ever
That's
corrected
okay.
me. So I apologize, Bill. But man, great run for you here tonight. Coming home in second place, up 21 spots from where you started. Man, I guess weaving through that first wreck there really got you in position to get yourself up here for a podium here tonight. Talk us through your race and what you were able to do to get yourself up there.
Well, yeah, I appreciate it a whole lot. I never qualify, and if I ever try to qualify, it's always poorly. So I usually try to start at the back and just kind of run a smart race, stay out of trouble and everything. And that first wreck did take me by surprise, being what it was and everything. But I was able to get woed up and stopped, so I didn't get involved in anything. Took out a bunch of good cars for sure. I hated for all those guys. They got caught up in that first lap debacle there, but it worked out in our favor anyway.
For sure. And then we had that late race caution that really threw people for a loop. Some drivers coming down taking 2 tires. I know you took 2 tires. A bunch of guys came down and take 4 tires. What was your thought coming into that? Because I'm sure I know in the back of my mind sometimes like, well, did I make the right choice or not? Were you committed with the 2 tires there no matter what?
Well, that at the halfway stage, I came in and I was able to get enough fuel, and I was able to save enough in that run. I was actually 3 laps to the good, and I was talking to Tyler, my teammate, and he was actually going to be probably about a half lap short, and everything. And I think Jamie and Justin had come back in and topped off, and I knew that they're faster guys, and they were probably going to be able to make it on fuel. And I was just kind of maintaining a little bit what I could. When that caution came out, I was just going to do whatever Jamie did. Him being in the lead, if he went in, I was going in behind him. I was kind of hesitant on the 2 tires, but the car was tight all night long to me. It did not feel anything like it did in practice. So I decided to take the 2 tires, try to maintain my track position, and it came alive. I actually set my fastest lap after that caution. The car came alive and felt great. So,
Man, awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations on the podium here tonight, coming home P2. Next week we move on to Bristol. How do you like your chances at the good old short track there?
well, I like Bristol, and like I said, it all just it's like I look at every race. It's just how the luck falls. I tend to get caught up in a lot of stuff that's not of my doing, a lot of times. But I don't let it get me too bad. I enjoy a race with each and every one of these guys out here, and I'll go out and I'll give it my best. We always practice a lot for these races, and it tends to always be a different track when we get to it on race day, though. So. But I look forward to running it, and I'll see what I can do. I'd love to, be able to maintain some top 10 finishes this season, and everything. But we'll see what's in store for us.
Of course, before I let you go, Bill, anyone you want to thank? Any shout you got to give here tonight?
Well, first of all, I want to give a shout out to the whole league, Daniel and everybody that puts this on week in and week out. And, it's a lot of hard work that goes in by those guys, and Daniel's got a full plate with everything he's got going on in his personal life, and we miss him here tonight. I want to thank y'all for always doing a great broadcast, and putting on a good show for people that tune in and watch us. I want to give a shout out to Auto Pros and Deets Transmission for being my sponsor on my car. They look after me week in and week out. And of course, all my teammates, man, they just, we get in here, we have a great time with each other. We work hard practicing and trying to figure things out and everything. But, and last but not least, my good Lord above, thank you for being here for me every day and giving me the opportunities that I have in life. So we appreciate y'all, and we appreciate everybody else.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congratulations. I'll remember to say your name right from now on, and hopefully we'll talk to you again soon.
All right, buddy. Thank you.
You as well. Have a good one.
All right.
So that was your second place finisher, Bill Gentry. Now that I'm going to say that right from now on. Let's see if we can get in our winner here tonight. Driver of the 98 machine, Jamie Horn. Jamie, you got Josh up in the booth. Got a copy?
Yes, sir, I do.
Man, great run for you here tonight. Coming home with the win. Starting pretty much dead last, moving yourself through the field. Able to get through that first big wreck there, and I'm sure that had your eyes wide open starting there in the back. Talk us through your race and your strategy to get yourself up to the front.
Man, that first wreck, I don't know how I made it through that. As Cletus McFarland would say, I zigged and zagged, and it just happened to work out. But I went down in the grass, and here come the 7. So I dodged him, and then thought I was clear, and the 99 started coming. So I went the other way. I was like, man, I'm never gonna make it. But after we restarted and got back going, I was just trying to go a little bit easier on my tires the first part of the run. Nashville's a really fun track, but it'll eat the tires up. So I knew that you need to save them best you could. And so all the runs I was trying to, go about the first 10 laps and conserve a little bit, and then kind of make my run after that. And it seemed to work out pretty well.
Watching this live right now of you making it through that first wreck, and talking about wrecks there and cautions. You had that caution come out right there at the end with about 6 laps to go. I'm sure in the back of your mind, I know you came down, took 2 tires, a couple drivers took 4 tires. Were you thinking the 2 tires was the right call after seeing a few drivers taking 4 tires behind you, or did you have a feeling those 2 tires were going to work out?
I was pretty confident that the 2 tires would work out. I wasn't really wearing my lefts too bad, so I had a pretty good feeling that, especially with the number of people that took 2 with me, that the guys before, I didn't think they'd have enough laps to be able to get through everybody and get up to me. So, and really the car felt better with 2 tires than it did with 4. It went around the corners much better. So it actually, I don't know. I wish I could have just took 2 tires the whole night, but I know that wouldn't work. But yeah, it kind of made the car loose and just wrapped the corners a lot better.
Yeah, Bill was saying the same thing. He said his fastest lap there with the 2 tires there. Well, next week we move on to Bristol Motor Speedway and a little short track. I know it's a track that you love. Let us know, what do you think your chances are next week?
Bristol is my all-time favorite track. We'll see. I'm pretty sure I've torn my rotator cuff, so I was driving injured tonight and shouldn't be over here as it is. But I run at some last night, another league, and did really good until my shoulder gave out and started banging off the wall trying to drive with one hand. That does not work well at Bristol. You need both hands. So we'll see. Depending on how it goes, go to the doctor Friday, and maybe I can convince him into a cortisone shot or something to get it feeling okay, and probably damage it some more or something by not taking it easy. But yeah, I'm looking forward to Bristol, and I think we'll have a fast piece there.
Awesome. Well, of course, as always, before we let you go, anyone you want to thank, any shout outs you got to give here tonight?
Yeah, shout out to you for the broadcast. Love going back rewatching that every week. Shout out to Group 6, Trackside NASCAR Outlet, SSR Designs, Butt Kicker, everybody that sponsors the series and league, helps keep everything going. Shout out to my teammates. Really proud of Bill for his 2nd place finish. Awesome job to him. And shout out to my mom at home watching.
Awesome, man. Well, again, congrats on the win. Good luck next week at Bristol. And I'm sure we'll be talking again soon.
Yes, sir. Have a good night.
You as well. That was your winner, Jamie Horn, getting it done from the rear of the field here tonight at Nashville Superspeedway. That's going to do it for us here on Intensity Broadcast. Of course, I want to once again thank our great partners that make this possible. Trackside NASCAR Outlet, your authorized Lionel dealer, full line of diecast, including Cup, O'Reilly's, and Truck. Driver apparel, hats, and jackets. Check them out on their website, www.tracksidenascaroutlet.com. Check them out on Facebook, or check them out in person as well. Of course, our great partner over at Butt Kicker. Butt Kicker is established leader in gaming haptics. The award-winning line of Butt Kicker products lets users feel low-frequency sounds. Check them all out at thebuttkicker.com. And I forgot to mention them earlier, but rev up your brand's potential with Group 6 at every turn of the Doghouse racing season. As your creative marketing powerhouse, we're here to fuel your success, accelerate your impact, and steer your brand towards victory. Group 6, where every race is an opportunity to outshine and outperform. To discover more at group6inc.com. And that's going to do it for us here tonight from Nashville Superspeedway in the Glowy 110. Here, part of the Doghouse Racing League. We're getting ready Next week, right here, Bristol Motor Speedway, the last great Coliseum, short track racing. It's going to be a doozy. We're going to be excited to cover that one. We'll be right back here on Intensity Broadcasting. So don't forget to hit that like button, follow and subscribe. Hit that little bell so you know anytime we go live here on Intensity Broadcasting. And as our boy Atlee Hatman Weiss would say, over and out.